In today's video, guys, we're gonna have a look at a brand new fusion, the Mad Hatter. Welcome to the channel, everyone. I'm Skratch. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video, and I am currently on the test server. That's why I have access to the fusion champion. Let me just quickly walk you through the kit, right? Because I feel like that's pretty damn important. So, is a Knight Revenant champion, a support champion, Force Affinity, and there we go. The design is absolutely insane. Looks like a freaking Joker. Really, really badass. Now, in terms of stats, he actually doesn't have bad stats at all. 23k HP, 1.1k defense, 108 speed, 30 resistance, 20 accuracy. And the kit is pretty interesting. Now, I'm not going to try and sell you the champion as being insanely OP or anything like that, but I think he's a fun champion. And a lot of you guys will like this champion. And that's mainly because of his A2 skill. If you guys wished to have a Theox in your team, well, he's not really a Theox, but he can do some magic like Theox. With A1, the Starly Distillation attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 25% chance of stealing a random buff. Each hit also has a 75% chance of applying a debuff spread effect, taking one random debuff from the target and placing it on all enemies under a hex debuff. Now, his damage is based on HP, and as you guys can probably notice, fully booked will have a 100% chance to do a debuff spread, which is actually really nice for an A1. With the A2, Mixture Most Fall attacks all enemies fully booked on a 3-turn cooldown. Has 100% chance of placing a Hex and a Weaken debuff on all enemies for 2 turns. Fully booked. Now, I wish this was a defense down and a Weaken. It would have been perfect. The ally with the highest crit damage will team up and join the attack. The ally joining the attack will use their default skill. The damage dealt by the ally joining the attack will increase by 10% for each debuff on the target. Hello, Theox. Seems like we have another champion that does what you do, but of course not with a basic skill. So this will be massive if you're trying to get high damage with some of your champions. If you're bringing in any other damage dealer that hits hard with A1. Talking about maybe a Ninja. Talking maybe about Val the Destroyer. Talking about even Thor, even though he doesn't hit super hard with the A1. With the A3, a Whiff of Madness on a 3-turn cooldown as well increases the duration of all buffs on all allies by 1 turn and decreases the duration of all debuffs on all allies by 1 turn. Also fills the turn meter of all allies by 20%. Imagine what you can do with him and Wixwall in a clan boss team. And with that A2, having a solid damage dealer, you're gonna get some crazy, crazy numbers. So, overall, I think he's pretty solid as a champion, judging by the first 3 skills. The passive, Time 40, every 10 turns taken by allies, heals all allies by 20% of their max HP. Every 6 turns taken by enemies, places a True Fear debuff on all enemies for 1 turn. Very annoying for PvP. If you guys had a chance to watch the video on the daily login champion, probably you saw him on the opposite team in Arena, pissing me off with this True Fear proccing every single time. So we're gonna try him in multiple areas, guys. We're gonna do a Doom Tower stage just to show you how he can work as a crowd control with the True Fear. We're going to try him as well in an arena, and we're going to try him in the Hydra clan boss. Then we have an accuracy aura in all battles. To be honest with you guys, I'm not planning to build him as a damage dealer, right? This skill doesn't attack. This skill attacks, but to be honest, I don't necessarily think that he's going to blow my mind as a damage dealer. He's not really intended to be a damage dealer, so we're not going to do that. Let me quickly show you the build. So, I actually plan to try him on 2 different builds. So, Mad Hatter. The first build is going to be more PvP orientated. We're going to run a pinpoint set, a 5-piece pinpoint, and a 4-piece stone skin. Basically, we're going to get an intercept stack. And seems like I actually only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the stone skin. Okay, I was looking at the wrong thing. So I do have 5 pieces of pinpoint. For a second, I was like, what the heck? Don't I have 5 pieces there? But that was the stone skin set. So we're going to get a intercept stack on him. These are his total stats. You want him as fast as possible, of course, and as much accuracy as possible. That's mainly to ensure that he's going to use the A2, he's going to use the A3, etc. Or you can build him slow AF and just let the enemies take turns and just apply that fear. That's another option as well, especially if they don't have block debuffs. I'm not going to run him with a blessing, guys. Most likely we are going to be able to earn his blessing through a Pair of Light event or something else. I do have a 5-star blessing available for him on the test server. But I've seen a lot of you guys constantly asking in previous videos, Skratch, can you please don't try the Fusion Champions with a blessing, because they don't come directly with a blessing. So we're going to keep the blessing away from the champion. In terms of masteries, guys, we actually have offense and support. We have War Master as tier 6, just to increase a bit of damage in the Hydra clan boss in PvE content. And we have, of course, support masteries. The more debuffs we land, the more turn meter we gain. Master Hexer. And we're going to have Spirit Haste as well. That's basically the build that we have on him. And then I'm going to build him on a Relentless with Impulse and Refresh accessories for the Hydra clan boss. First, let's head over to Arena. I haven't tried him at all in Arena, but we're going to see what we can do. So we're going to go versus this team right here. This was the one that really annoyed me the other day. We're going to take Arbiter out. We're going to keep Arbais in there. Actually, no. Let's do something different. Sifi, we're going to keep Alice as the damage dealer. See if we're going to be able to get the job done. And Mad Hatter. Let's see. Are we going to be able to win the fight with this format, or I need to bring in crowd control, a different lockout champion, or something else? So let's put immunity to make sure we're not going to get clapped. Right now, I'm actually going to try and attack his Arbiter. Maybe we're going to be able to kill her. Bam. Arbiter dead. They locked out our skills. That's fine. We're actually going to go to kill her. I'm going to let them take turns. Let's not kill them, preferably. Put him to sleep. A1 right there. Ah, damn. So the fear did not proc, and now they have immunity. I'm supposed to try and remove it, but I was a bit worried that I might kill them. Okay, so he stole my intercept buff by the looks of it. And the fear procced on me, not on him. Look at that. Look at that. Thankfully, we have Sifi on the team to help us out. Weak hit right there. Finally, we landed a fear as well. He got polymorphed. And GG's. So he can be pretty annoying with the fear, though. To be honest, I don't necessarily think he's going to be OP for Arena. I think he can be helpful for some people. I still want to try him in Arena just to show you how that passive actually works. I like that you're getting healing. I feel like that's really valuable. Especially for PvE content, if you're not planning to bring in a different healer. It's 20% of each champion's max HP, so it's not going to be like an insane amount of healing or anything like that, but it can be pretty nice, to be honest. So let's try to fight a slightly tankier team. And who should we get? Not Cold Brew. He has a Sifi in there. We're gonna have to wipe that Sifi off. Let's try to go for this team. Hopefully we're faster though. Okay, we are. Let's get some turn meter. Let's do that. And I'm gonna attack Sifi, so we're gonna put Weaken on her. Ah, almost enough damage to get that done. I will definitely try to lock them now. Okay, so we lock that. Rotos going in all ham. Extra turn again. Come on, Rotos, stop it. Stop it. So many freaking extra turns. It's actually annoying when that happens. That's fine. Let's try to kill that Kymar if we can. We revive Sifi. We have fear on them, which is beautiful. That's exactly what I wanted to see. So right now, I'm actually going to use the A3, increase the duration of buffs. I'm going to revive my Alice. And I'm going to pray that the fear is going to proc on him as well, right? And it's not just going to annoy me. I'm going to try to kill that Rotos. Okay, enough damage. We killed him. The fear procced on Kymar and on Duchess, which is amazing. We're going to do an ally attack on that Duchess now with the A2. No debuffs. Actually, only 2 debuffs. So not the craziest damage. Okay. Can we kill her? No. Okay. That's fine. We should be able to wipe them off now. GG's. So the fear was actually helpful this time around from the Mad Hatter. With Alice in there, we managed to wipe them off without actually bringing in another lockout or a different type of crowd control champion. The fear helped us, right? They do need to take turns, so it is a bit more dangerous, especially if you don't have Stone Skin on your champions, right? Let's try to find one more team. One more team, and we are going to call it a day. Let's go versus this one right here. It is a bit dangerous with that UDK, but we do have the ally attack, right? So let's see if we can make the most out of it. We have Taras in there as well, which can really, really clap us. So let's get that increased attack. We're definitely going to try to lock them first anyway. I will try to do an ally attack on Duchess. So debuffs on her. 1, 2. Almost dead. Almost dead. She should die now. Weak hit on Pythian. Unfortunately, that's the thing with Alice. As I explained to you in the previous video. She's not Void Affinity. You will get weak hits. So it's not the best outcome, to be honest. What I'm going to try is... should I increase the duration of buffs? Or should I try to spread the debuffs? Yeah, I'm going to try that. Okay. Why haven't we spread any debuffs, though? Isn't it a 100% chance? Maybe because the hit went on UDK. That's why, okay. Okay, that's why. For a second, I was like, what? Gotta remember how annoying UDK can be. So let's use the AoE again. Weak hit again on Pythian. Damn. But at least not on Taras. So he got the cleanse in. We're gonna increase the duration of buffs, decrease the duration of buffs on them as well, right? Actually, no, he's not doing it. He's increasing the duration of buffs and decreasing the duration of debuffs with that skill. Sorry. So many new champions, so many new skills to remember. They've added like 6 champions or 5 champions this time around. A lot of them. So let's do that. And we're gonna go with the ally attack on Pythian. Please do not weak hit. 1. Almost. We got a couple of weak hits in there, but we have some debuffs. The fear finally procced. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. We can lock them now or wipe them. Beautiful. So 6 turns for the fear to proc. Before, most likely the passive attempted to proc again, but they had immunity or I've missed it. So yeah, that's basically what a Hatter can do in a PvP. Not a bad champion, not OP for PvP either. He is, of course, a polymorph magnet with the A2 and the passive as well. So we're going to run this team in the Hydra clan boss, guys. We're going to have Mikage for ally attacks. We're going to have Krisk for provoke. We're going to have Feral for veil and block buffs. We're going to have the Mad Hatter for weaken and hex. Mishinaki is in here mainly for defense down. There are not many champions that will bring you AoE defense down and do damage. Yes, I have Toshiro available, but I don't want to use too many mythicals in the team. And we're going to use Thor as the highest crit damage champion in the team. So when the Mad Hatter will use the A2, Thor will come in with big damage. We want to see how big the damage can actually be. I could try to use a ninja to spread the defense down, but I don't like when you cannot select what debuffs you spread because it's not reliable enough, especially if we're going to have multiple debuffs on the same target. We might end up in not having defense down on too many champions. So that's definitely not something that I really, really like. So let's go for the Head of Blight first. I'm actually going to ally attack on the Head of Rat. So put a weaken. So it will ally attack the champion that you're selecting, by the way. So very, very important. Right now, we gain an extra turn, so we can increase the duration of buffs. 20% turn meter, which is massive. We can actually increase the duration of buffs more. So with Mikage, with him and Krisk, we're never really going to run out of buffs. Unless of course, we're going to most likely have our buffs stolen by the Head of Mischief or something like that. So let's get that sorted. Krisk should be the Mischief target. Let's apply the block buffs and... ooh, we don't have block buffs on the Head of Mischief, so we need to try and kill him ASAP. Let's try to spread him. Can we spread? Can we spread block buffs? Ooh, we spread decrease accuracy, see? That's why I don't like it, because it's not very reliable. And when the passive is gonna proc on the Head of Rat, it's going to be a bit dangerous. Okay, Mikage. Oh, we have HP burn at least. Okay, so we remove the buffs from the Head of Rat. Beautiful, beautiful. And now slowly we should be able to see how hard Thor will hit. So I'm going to go with the A1 on the Head of Torment. 257, 267, okay? Then I'm going to do the ally attack. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 debuffs, which means 90% more damage, guys. So let's see. There you go. Almost double the damage. So that can be insane when the heads are decapitated. But again, this champion will suffer of the same Hydra changes syndrome, and the ally attack champion will, of course, probably cut his damage short if he hits super hard. Similar with what Theox has as well with ally attacks. You know how they changed the Hydra recently, right? So it will be the same for him. So turn meter, increase the duration of buffs once again. We can decrease the duration of debuffs on our champions by 1 turn 2, which is pretty nice. Let's try to spread some debuffs now. Decrease attack, decrease speed. Beautiful. So it seems like it goes random on each target. So it's not the same for every single target by the looks of it. Unless I've seen something wrong now. Look at that. Beautiful. Thor coming in with the damage. Let's continue to buff. I really want to put in quite a few debuffs here. So let's see. We have 2 debuffs on that target. We have increased attack. I'm just going to increase the duration of the buffs. And I'm going to do an ally attack. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the weaken on this decapitated head. So let's see the damage from Thor. 50% more damage, Thor. Come on. Whoa, 1.5, 1.3, guys. So that's why I'm saying a lot of you guys will love this, okay? I feel like this is basically one of the most important things on his kit. Look at that. You see the build? Relentless. We got the impulse to proc, and now we're going to go versus this one with the A2, with the ally attack. Thor, once again, we have only 4 debuffs there. 913k, 1.2 million damage. So very, very solid damage. I think he's a pretty good fusion champion. I don't think he's insanely OP or anything like that. But I feel like a lot of people will like to get a champion, right? Now, in my case, I don't necessarily think I'm going to use him in any of my Hydra teams. But never say never. I do like the idea of getting the turn meter. Unlike the Chimera, you don't really need the turn meter in here as much. You could potentially try to use him in the Chimera. The thing is that fear is not going to proc on the ram form, because they need to take 6 turns before the passive is going to activate. So it's not reliable for the Chimera. The weaken and the Hacks, which is irrelevant in there as well, is just going to count as an extra debuff. I don't necessarily think it's going to be great for the Chimera. The A2 is nice though, but that's about it for the Chimera. The turn meter as well from the A3, and increase the duration of buffs, of course, but I don't think you're going to gain insane value, but it really depends what other champions you have available in the Chimera, right? So the damage is definitely pretty solid when he's using the A2. Very similar with what Theox does. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, guys. What do you think about the champion? Are you planning to go for the fusion just because of his A2, A3, and passive? Are you a fan of the champion? I definitely think he is a pretty good fusion. Not game breaking or anything like that, but a pretty good fusion, and can be very helpful for the Hydra clan boss if you're trying to increase your damage. That was all for the video. As usual, appreciate all of you guys watching. Much love, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.